So can you tell us your name and a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Ala Qarouni. You can pronounce that as Al instead of how it's normally pronounced. And what's the second part?
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm an international student from Bahrain. I'm a Shia Muslim. I study electrical engineering. I'm a junior in electrical engineering.
All right, so where were you when you first heard about Trump's election?
I was in my room. It was very late at night, and this was the last thing I wanted to know before I went to sleep. So I just stayed up until it was official, and then I went to sleep afterwards.
Mm-hmm. What was your immediate reaction upon learning that Trump was elected?
My immediate reaction was I was kind of laughing at the whole situation, because it's kind of funny how from my perspective as an international student, seeing the progression of politics into this very white liberal sense or direction, which whitewashes a bunch of other causes and genuine struggles, so seeing that Hillary was running on that platform, her winning would have just continued that same phenomenon. But with him winning, it's something completely new. And given his campaign and what it was entirely based on, I just found it really amusing how he ended up winning. Based off of that, in addition to him winning over Hillary, which based her entire campaign off of continuing things how they were supposed to be.
So how have you in particular and your community, how are you affected by Trump's election?
So if I'm speaking about my community abroad, abroad, most of them, we don't really care about how his policies would affect, the U.S. itself, or the internal policies of the U.S. itself. Although, me living here now, I care a lot, of course. I know a lot of friends that, are affected negatively by this. But, given people who are not like me, who live here, they really don't care about what he does for the U.S. itself. All they care about is the U.S.'s foreign policy. And what Trump has mentioned repeatedly is we have to stop going and intervening in other countries and supplying weapons to people that would eventually harm us and stuff like that. And given that those same people who they're funding and who eventually harm the U.S. are now currently harming so many people in the Middle East, people saw that as a good sign, So people are instead of having Hillary, which destroyed Libya and caused so much harm throughout the Middle East, her and Bill Clinton, of course, her husband, him coming with this message and this perspective or this approach to foreign policy gave people encouragement in the Middle East. Although they're still joking about how he's very misogynistic and all those racist and all those different things at the same time.
So how have you, as a Muslim then, on campus been affected? Because you're having multiple identities.
Yeah.
You're an international student, you're a Muslim, you're Shia. You mentioned that while introducing yourself. How has that impacted your life and how you exist in the post-Trump era?
I haven't felt anything yet. I think it's because I surround myself around people who don't really have tendencies racist or homophobic tendencies or oppressive tendencies, basically. So I didn't see too much of an effect on me personally, and as a Muslim, of course. But you can say the only the way I've seen it change, my perspective, or how do I say this? My experience is seeing how my friends have been affected by this. Yeah, so that's mostly how I've been affected.
where do you think we should go from here in terms of activism? Like, what direction should we go towards?
Yeah, I've actually thought of this like post-election, and until now I've been thinking about this. Like what Trump has basically done is he didn't change anything in the U.S. All he's done is bring to the surface all the different things that the system has been trying to hide for like the past 50 years, you know. And now with him like becoming president, all he's done is give them a voice in the mainstream, you know. So us as activists, like I work with a lot of activists, and I consider myself one too. I don't know, like if I would qualify as that, but I think I am. I'd say that like continuing what we have been doing would be the best course of action, because like especially in this campus community, like the activist community on this campus, we've been talking about the same issues that Donald Trump is bringing up and giving a platform now, even before he got elected. Like we recognize that these stuff have been going on and are going on, and all. Like the main reason we haven't been seeing them as much as we are now is because they've been hidden like so well. So we've been already working on fighting those oppressive systems, and as a campus community or an activist community, we just continue what we've been. We should just continue what we've been doing and do it with more force this time, and make sure to not give these oppressive voices a voice.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any final comments that you wanted to add? Any final thoughts about the election politics of it?
I'm sure I'll think of something like after I leave.
That always happens.
Yeah. Now I can't think of anything to add.
Okay. Yep, I feel like that's about it.
Okay.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Where's the off button?